evening, all. Now we will start our 8th session of Atal Online FDP, organized by Computer Science Department, Majlis Arts and Science College, Autonomous. I invite Mr. Rafiq P., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management Studies, to deliver the welcome address. Rafiq, sir.
Good evening, all of you. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Respected dignitaries, professors, industry personalities, very good evening to one and all. We are now in the 8th session of Atal FTP. For this session, we have an eminent personality to talk on generative AI and data science, Dr. Muhammad Anis V. It's giving me immense pleasure to introduce the guest and welcome all the gathering here. I'm just going to my duty. I would like to welcome all the professors, personalities from industry, teachers from university. Welcome all of you to this session on generative AI tools and data science by Dr. Muhammad Anis B. And it's giving me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Muhammad Anis V and welcome Dr. Muhammad Anis V. Dr. Muhammad Anis V is a great personality from industry. He is currently working as the Director of Artificial Intelligence, Vision Zero Strategic Solutions Private Limited, India. He has completed his PhD from Department of Computer Science, Cochin University of Science and Technology, Cochin, Kerala. His PhD was in computer vision and machine learning with thesis subject as real-time analysis of surveillance video and detection of abnormalities from identity crowd. He is highly proficient in designing, developing, and implementing computer vision-based convolution neural networks and deep neural networks. He has 20 plus recognized publications on image processing and computer vision problems at national and international levels. He has completed 13 plus projects developed or delivered on computer vision and machine learning, solving use cases pertaining to pothole detection, auto annotation, traffic science, crowd analysis, behavior analysis, etc. He has completed his MTech in computer and information science from Department of Computer Science, CUSAT. Talking about his employment history, is, as I mentioned you earlier, is at present working as the Director AI at Vision Zero. He already completed his positions in various capacities, such as working as the Tech Lead AI at Pix Dynamics Private Limited. Gadget Smart System, he was also worked as Tech Lead Computer Vision. And he was worked with Navjana Technologies Private Limited, Hyderabad, and he was working as a teacher also at National Institute of Technology, Calicut, Kerala. Today, we are blessed to have such an great and eminent personality to lead this session. With great honor and respect, I welcome Dr. Muhammad Anis V. Sir to this session. Sir, welcome. And without going to much formalities, I invite Dr. Muhammad Anis V for delivering the talk. Sir, please.
Okay, thank you for your wonderful introduction. Okay, so hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So my slide is visible to all, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So basically, I don't know the background of all the participants. Some may be from technical know and some may be from non-technical. So I'm not going today. I'm not going to more technical details. Instead, we are just going to just walk through the peripherals of how generative AI and data science can be used in uh, teaching. Okay, that is our agenda. So first of all, thank you for this opportunity. So I'm truly excited to be here with all of you. So as we know, the world of education is transforming rapidly, right? So especially after COVID, we know all the things have become online. So we supposed to use so many online tools, so many web tools that can empower our teaching capabilities. So now we can say that during this transformation or in this transformation, how generative AI and data science can play a vital role. Okay, so let's start with a very quick thought. So basically, as a teacher, I was also in teaching for very few years, 2 to 3 years. Only after that, I moved to industry. So I know some painful pain points of uh, teaching and how teachers are or what challenges are teachers facing basically. Okay, so the first of all, every teachers wants to give personalized attention to every student. Okay, but that is not possible. Probably in a degree class, we may have a 50 number of students. So it is not possible to give personalized attention to every student. Okay, and we have also, actually we will get most probably 1 hour per day in a particular class. So that time is not enough to give personalized attention to every students. So we have so as teachers, you may have a lot of limitations like time, energy, and you may have other roles also. Uh, Not only teaching, you may have a lot of paperwork, you may have a lot of admin load. You know it better than anyone. Okay, so just imagine if a tool or technology can do these unnecessary works, not unnecessary, the repetitive works, repetitive admin work, repetitive paper works can replace with a tool. That would be helpful, right? Because it can save a lot of time. It can save a lot of time. So you can use your time wisely to concentrate on teaching and or in a very productive manner. Okay, so suppose as part of teaching, you might have to prepare lesson plans, worksheet, then slides, explanations, diagrams. Okay, so you may have to do all this manually. But if a tool or if a tool is there to do all these things, then you can save a lot of time. And if we have a proper data science tool to analyze the performance of each and every student individually, then of course you can help the students, especially the weak students. In a classroom, it contains a mixed crowd. The 20% of students may in a very good category, and 20 the another 20% may be in a very weak category. So before the exam or university exams comes, you can concentrate on the weak category to boost their capability, so they can hopefully they can write their exams in a very good manner. So that is the thing I am concentrating on today's session. How teachers can empower, how we can empower educators with generative AI and data science. Okay. So before going to the presentation, this is the agenda of my presentation. So we will start with what actually generative AI is, and then we will discuss how it works, or how what are the components of generative AI, and how generative AI matters in education. That is the next thing we will going to discuss. Then we will move to the next category, what is data science, and how data science is important in the education. Then we will discuss some AI, generative AI plus data science use cases that can be used in education, and we will introduce some tools for educators also, and how these tools can be used to implement a roadmap for schools or colleges, and what are the skills the educators need to implement this. Okay, these are the basic thing we are going to discuss today. So I hope everyone is using chat gpt and all for your teaching purpose. Okay, so if you are most of you are currently using these tools, so for them it may be a boring session. So sorry for that, but we may have some others that don't know these things. Okay, so I will start with what is generative AI. So generative AI is a subset of artificial intelligence that can actually create or actually generate something. Okay, so if we talk about the history of AI, it starts with classical machine learning algorithm. We have classical machine learning algorithm. In classical machine learning algorithm, we can create very small models with small capabilities. So we can divide the classical machine learning algorithms into two, basically the supervised and unsupervised algorithms. Okay, that was the initial stage. Then we have the deep learning algorithms. You may have heard about all these things. So in deep learning algorithms, we have convolution neural network. In convolution, we can solve a lot of problems, especially the computer vision and NLP problems can be solved using these deep learning frameworks. And after that, actually, this generative AI comes into the scene. Okay, so uh, what is the main use of generative AI is, before generative AI, we have a lot of uh, problems that can be solved. Okay, or that can be touched. So a lot of untouched problems are the industry as well as in academia. So these problems can be solved, or these problems can be addressed when generative AI is on the scene. So as the name mentioned, generative AI means it can generate something, right? It can generate something. So so we can simply say that the generative AI means the AI that can create a new content. So if the content may be text, images, audio, video, code, or simulations, anything. Okay. So as you know, everyone is using Chat GPT. So if you ask something to Chat GPT, it is actually generating. It is not, and not as in the Google search. If you search in the Google, if you search something on the Google search, we will always get the same results, right? But what is the difference in generative AI or chat gpt is, if you ask the same question again and again, you will get different answers. The content may be same, but the words, the sentences, all those things may be different. That means they are actually not providing some stored information. So they have a lot of learned information. From the learned information, they are actually generating something with their own capabilities. That is what actually generative AI. So generative AI is not just analyzing the data. It produces something new based on what it has learned. Okay. So initially when ChatGPT is on the scene, the first well-known version was GPT 2.5. Its capability was very less comparing to the latest version, that is GPT 5.1. Okay, so the capabilities are increasing. The data they have used for learning is actually increasing. So we can say that it can generate answers. Okay, for example, ChatGPT can generate answers for our prompts. Actually, these questions are known as prompts. And MidJourney can generate images. And the Nano Banana model by Google, it is available in Gemini. So it can generate images. Okay, according to our prompt, it can generate image. So this not like just showing the Google results. It can generate a brand new content for you. Okay, it may be different from the content that is available for your colleague for the same prompt. Okay, for example, in teaching, suppose you ask for lesson notes. Okay, it can generate them. And if you ask for 20, if you want 20 MCQs, okay, it can generate them. And if you ask for diagrams in Gemini, it can draw it very easily. Okay, and if you want a summary, you will get it with a very simple prompt. Okay, and suppose you want real world problems. Okay, real world examples. So it can give you very easily. So that much powerful the generative AI is. So in teaching, actually, if you want to take 1 hour class, okay, if you want to take 1 hour class, you might have to prepare at least for 3 hours, right? Or 2 hours. If you are a very experienced teacher, you have to prepare at least 2 hours. And out of this preparation, yeah, your time goes for planning, documentation. Then after the class, your time you have to invest your time for grading, creating worksheets, creating questions, writing emails, summarizing content, etc. Okay, so all these things can be actually automated using generative AI. And this won't happen on overnight, but if you try your own, you can automate all these tasks, and that will help you in a very good manner. So how generative AI works in practice. Okay, so we are not discussing any technical jargons. Okay, so basically, generative uh, generative AI is learning the patterns. Okay, so it actually trained on very huge data set. Basically, the model behind, there is an AI model behind these generative chat GPT, Gemini, etc. That is basically known as LLMs. Okay, large language models. So large language model, that means it is trained on a very huge data set, very huge data set. Actually, the size of the data set is beyond your imagination. Okay, so that much information it has. And this there is an architecture. So that architecture is called transformer architecture. Transformer architecture actually learns patterns from these text, images, and all the information they have. And they have a capacity to generate the content. So from the learned patterns, AI can predict the next words, next pixels, or next sounds. Basically, it is actually predicting next words. Then another important feature is contextual adaptation. So the output is adjusted based on your prompts, your preference, your goals, not on the predefined prompts. Okay, suppose you are asking something, and if you want, suppose you want to create a, a plan for basic Python coding, Python coding for 1 hour. Okay, then it will give you a detailed plan. And then you will give another prompt like make it for 10th grade students. Then it will adjust the content according to that prompt. That is basically the contextual adaptation. So suppose if you want to, the same thing, if you want to explain gravity for 10 years old, it will give you a simple version. And if you want to explain the same thing for the BTech student, you will get the plan with more and more technical explanation. And the popular tools you can use, of course, I know you are aware about this: ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, Midjourney, DALI, etc. And there was a wonderful architecture behind this generative AI that is known as transformer architecture. So in computer science, we call it as a encoder decoder architecture. So the transformer architecture has lot of components like self attention, multi-head attention, then feed forward network. So many components are there. Okay, so I am not discussing those technical things here. So it has a capability for powerful language understanding. And this transformer architecture is actually proposed by Google in their paper in 2007. It is known as uh, Attention All You Need. So that's a wonderful paper. If you are interested, you can refer that paper to understand how the transformer architecture works. So it can understand the transformer can understand very long sentences. Before transformer, we have some models, language models like BERT and R, but we have some limitations are there because it cannot understand very long context, very long words, etc. And the current quality was also limited before this transformer architecture. So actually this architecture gave birth to ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, etc. So thanks to this wonderful architecture, if it was not there, all these things won't happen. Okay. So why this generative AI matters in education? So one basic thing that I have already mentioned, it can automate repetitive works. Okay. So that means you may have a lot of repetitive works, admin works, etc. So that can automate and you can free up your valuable time. Okay, because the other things will be handled by AI. Suppose you want to, sorry, suppose you want to uh, create a lesson plan. Okay, suppose you want to create a quiz generation, rubrics, emails, content summaries, report drafts. So all these works other than the teaching will be handled by AI. So you can free up your valuable time and you can concentrate on teaching, or you can concentrate on students more. Okay, and every student is unique, right? According to teachers, every student is unique, and AI can create very simple explanations if a particular student cannot understand a particular module or particular content. Okay, so you will get a very simple explanation for everything. Suppose you want, sometimes you may be confused with some concepts, so you can clear the concepts as well using this generative AI. And if you want the advanced explanation or beyond the syllabus, you will get that one also. And you will get the step-by-step solution to understand. Suppose there may be a very long algorithm you won't understand, but you will get step-by-step explanation if you ask to GPT or Gemini. And you will get a very personalized learning content. Okay. And now you will get lot of virtual assistants. You may have seen lot of virtual assistants in all websites. Okay, that is actually powered by this generative AI. So uh, there is a concept called RAG, RAG in generative AI. That means we will build RAG applications using generative AI. Okay, RAG means if we have some source data, and if we give the appropriate prompt to this source data, you will get the desired information. So we can build custom applications using generative AI. So a virtual assistant can be made. The virtual assistant means, suppose you will give all the documents related to your class to the virtual assistant, and if a student asks to that virtual assistant about this lessons, he will get a detailed explanation. It is not giving what exactly present in that source document. It will give the student in 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 the way how that students want. Okay, so according to the students prompt, it will give in a desired manner. So the personalized assistance can be made. So we can summarize that thing. So in teaching, generative AI can be used for notes, summaries, worksheets, diagrams, flashcards, and stories. And also the case studies, lab exercise, visual explanation, anything can be made. Anything, if you have any idea, that can be made using generative AI. Then another important thing is, what is data science? Okay, so there there is a there is a distinct difference between the data science and AI. So the data science means it will extract meaningful insights and prediction. Okay, meaningful insights and prediction from raw information. So you may have a lot of information about the students. So you may have their attendance details, you may have their exam performance, you may have the assessment, you may have the assessments performance, yeah, you may have the exam scores. So a lot of things you have, the lab marks, the lab performance, the continuous assessment. So what all things you have, you can give it to the data science. Okay, the data science component, and the data science component will give you a beautiful insights, or what are the particular insights you want. Okay, so it will transform numbers, behaviors, and patterns into actionable intelligence. Okay, so using this data science, in data science you may have test scores, as I mentioned, attendance, assignments, behavior, engagement, etc. So these data science algorithms help you to organize and interrupt this information. Okay, it will show you where each students are. Okay, where exactly each students are, where they are heading, where they may get stuck. Okay, and what teachers should know next. So if in our class there may be some weak students, so if we can find it in a very early stage, we can we can help them to improve, right? So that can be done using data science. So in data science we have a well-defined workflow. So first we have to clean our data according to the how the algorithm wants. Then we will have the analysis. This analysis can be done using machine learning algorithms, and we can visualize it using any visualizing tool like Power BI or Tableau. So Tableau, Power BI, the free versions are available, so you can use Tableau or Power BI to visualize all these things, and you can create predictions, and that predictions can be converted as actionable insights. Okay, then you can perform that actions. And this prediction will help you to find some students may fail, some students may drop marks, some students may miss assignments, and what are the areas you need interventions. Okay, so I know many schools are following this, and many schools are adopting this data science or data analytics in a global scenario. So as I have mentioned, the first thing is you need to collect the data. Okay, suppose you want to build a data science platform for your school. First, you need to collect the data. What what are the data available? Collect all the data, like from the assessment, attendance, surveys, learning platforms. So if you have a learning platform, you can take data from that learning platform using any API or database queries. Then you have to clean, remove the errors, fill the gaps. If there is unwanted data, just remove it and clean the data. Okay. Then you can analyze it using any machine learning algorithms. Suppose you want to predict, you can use a simple algorithms like regression. Then if you want to classify, you can use a simple algorithm like SVM or data boost. Okay, anything is, and if you want to cluster, you can use k-means clustering. So anything is possible, and you can use generative AI also for data analytics. Just give all the data to generative AI. Now especially some LLMs like Claude and all can all have a high capacity for data analysis. So if you give all the data to LLMs, it will analyze for you and give you the actionable insights and analytics. And you can create a beautiful dashboard using Tableau or Power BI for visualization. And finally, the actionable items can be predicted. So why data science matters in education? So using data science, you can identify the learning patterns. So suppose in class, students may be struggling with some particular topic. So by using survey or by using the data you have, you can easily identify, these are the topics students are struggling with. And you can predict the performance and risk. That means you can intervene months before the exams. So it will of course help them, because the last minute intervention may not help much. So if we can intervene before months before the exam, it would be very helpful. And another thing is, basically in classrooms, other than these marks, we are taking decisions based on our emotions or our view, right? So instead, you can take decisions based on the evidence. So we can call it as evidence based decisions. So uh, that will be more scientific than our emotion based decisions. And it won't be a guesswork, because we have enough data. We have a solid data with us, so we are making decisions based on the solid data. And so this generative AI and data science together can use for, some students need personalized learning, so we can use this AI and data science for these students need personal learning. Okay. And another thing is, teachers are facing heavy low workloads. So if we use it very wisely, we can avoid these repetitive works and all, and we can reduce teachers workload. And another important thing is, the school needs data driven decisions based on the coursework. Usually what happens is, now some decisions may be on some views and guessworks, right? So that can be avoided. The schools, teachers, departments, everyone can take decisions based on the evidences or based on the data. And many powerful tools are accessible now freely, so you can use those tools. So why it is important means, many students need personalized learning, and most of the teachers are facing very heavy workloads, so we can avoid that. Then schools need data driven decisions, and most importantly, AI tools are publicly accessible now. So now we will move to the practical use cases. You will just see. Suppose suppose you want to generate a, I know you may have following all these things. Suppose you want to generate a learning plan or lecture plan. Okay, suppose you want to create a lecture plan for 60-minute session on linear regression on machine learning course. Okay, so what you will do, just just copy this prompt, take ChatGPT. Okay, just paste it. Okay, then you will get a detailed plan how you can utilize your 60 minutes very effectively. So you can see that here, yeah, we have 0 to 5 minutes you need to use for introduction, 5 to 15 minutes concept of linear regression, then 15 to 25 minutes you can use it for use it to explain math behind linear regression, then 25 to 35 the cost functions and graded descent you can explain, and 35 to 45 you can discuss the working examples or you can give the hands-on things, and 45 to 55 evaluation matrices like precision and all, then 55 to 60 you can ask for QA. So you, before going to the classroom, you will have a very detailed plan. Okay, you have the time, you will have the time breakdown, then what are the things to be discussed. Okay, you need in the first 5 minutes you need to discuss all these things, and 5 to 15 minutes, yeah, you have to discuss these things, then the activities, then the slide sessions also available. Okay, then suppose you want to the example code and all, suppose you want to, yeah, it will of course ask you, would you like to uh, create the PPT? So just give yes and you will get the PPT content. Okay, you will get the PPT content. So it is again giving you the options. Okay, so here I am taking the bullet points. So it is giving everything, right? Suppose you want to create a very beautiful very beautiful presentation on this, I will show you how to build it. Okay, then suppose you want to do a quiz, you want to create a quiz and that can be uh, assigned to your student. You can, if you want to create a quiz directly, you can use ChatGPT, and we have some other tools. Suppose quizzes is a wonderful tool. I think it is free for teachers. Sorry. Yeah, here I have created, actually what I have done is, yeah, so background is actually quizzes. So it's a very good platform to create the quizzes. No need to give anything. So what I have given is supervised and unsupervised. Okay, supervised and unsupervised learning. Then you are getting 10 questions. Okay, you are getting 10 questions. You can decide the number, and if you want to add any manual questions, you will get it. Okay, then if you want to publish it, just publish it. Okay, just click on the publish, then you can assign it. You can assign means you can create the end time, start time, end time, then you can create the mode that it is for practice, it is for testing, and how many attempts can be given. So many settings are there. So anti-cheating policy is there. Then you can create assign. Then the quiz is created. Okay. Then you can share it. You can share the quiz using this QR code. Okay. So no need to write any questions. Just give the prompt. You will get the quiz. Okay. And using GPT, many use cases can be done. Like suppose you want to summarize the entire content, so just give it, and the multi-level explanation is possible. So here you can see one example. Explain the gradient descent. Actually, I choose computer science things mostly because I'm basically from computer science background. Sorry for that. So explain gradient descent at 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And so if you have this freedom, if you have this freedom, you can give three kind of uh, documents to the students within the three categories. Suppose in class, some students won't understand the concepts, so that you can give the beginner level document to them. Okay. And if you have the intermediate level thing, then we can give that document. So we will get the multi-level explanations. Okay. And for each student, suppose sometimes if you want to create a content, so we can create that one also. And another beautiful thing is multilingual support. Okay. Suppose you want to uh, translate the core contents of SQL joins in Malayalam. Okay, here it is Tamil. We will do it for Malayalam or Tamil, or Hindi, anything. Okay, that is also possible, right? So we will use it Tamil or Hindi. Okay. So that is also possible. We will get everything in the language or our local language. So so before what is the basic issue from some students? They don't understand the English, so they maybe understand English, but the issue is that they have a limitation to understand the concepts in English. Okay. So that's why, just a minute. So language barrier was there because some students have limitation to understand the concepts in English. So they may be they are they may be comfortable in their local language. So if you want to translate it manually, it will take a lot of time. So you can just convert it using any LLMs. So that can be very helpful for that particular student. And another beautiful thing is you can create the teaching aids like PPTs and diagrams. So for this lecture plan, okay, we have created the content here. Suppose you want to create it as a beautiful slide. Okay. So we have a 10 slides here. Just use an app called gamma.app. Just create, then generate, just give the content there. So 10 slides will be created. Then you can okay. So actually I am almost out of credits. So Anyway, I will try to build it. So you can here you can confirm the things. So if you want to preserve the content, you can give it. If you want to condense the content, you can give it. If we give the freedom to generate, it will also create a beautiful content. Okay, and we can preserve the format and all. So the presentation, so I took the traditional 69 ratio, then generate it. Okay, and here, yeah, amount of text that is required. So just see, within seconds you got the beautiful presentation. Suppose you want to create it using PowerPoint, it will take a lot of time, right? So yeah, we got 10 slides with beautiful diagrams. So you know how fast it is creating. So everything, so no formatting is required, no beautification is required. So everything can be done in a quick. Okay, so within seconds we are getting a very beautiful presentation. Okay, so instead of wasting your time in creating and beautifying the presentation, you just review the content only. Just review the content. Okay, so you have to review the content. Never use the PPTs directly or the content generated by AI directly. Just review it. Okay, just review it. So here you can see the beautiful presentation is there. If you want to download it, you can, yeah, if you want to download it, you can, yeah, you can export it as PDF, PowerPoint, Google Slides, anything. So Gamma is a very beautiful app a teacher can use. Okay, and another thing is Canva. You may be heard about Canva. Canva is also another tool that you can use. Okay, so you can create many beautiful diagrams and all using Canva. Okay, and as teachers, of course, research is one of the important area that you need to concentrate. So A is A is A is actually helping us to improve our research by some. So one of the important tool that can be used for research is research habit. Research habit is a very beautiful thing that you can use. Yeah, so suppose you are searching here transformer, it will fetch you all the information or all the papers related to transformers. So then just click here, and if you want to find the similar things, just click here similar. Okay, then you will get a diagram or graph representation for that similar thing. So this is your paper. So for each paper you can see the content and it can be saved here. So a lot of functionalities are here in the research rabbit. Just explore the research rabbit also. It is a very wonderful tool. And of course, initial proposal drafts, writing papers, and not exactly writing papers. It will assist you to write the papers. Okay, always good to write papers. You are all that is the most important thing. But you can use AI or ChatGPT as an assistant to write the papers. Okay, suppose you you want to correct the sentences, you want to correct the grammar, etc., you can use ChatGPT, and Grammarly is also there. You can use that one also. And of course, the tools like the Semantic Scholar or Research Rabbit, it will help you to help you help for the precise citation assistance also. And another very important thing is it will help you to improve your administrative efficiency. Okay, so you are wasting lot of time for this administrative task. So you can automate this mundane administrative tasks such as generating robots, compiling attendance reports, drafting emails, formatting newspapers, all these things. Okay, so all these things can be done. All these things can be done using AI. Suppose you want to create a detailed rubrics for PCA web development mini project focusing on front end and back end components. Okay, just give it to any LLMs. Okay. I'm not sure whether you are familiar with ChatGPT only. So we have many other. Sorry, Gemini is there. So another thing you can do is give the same prompt to different LLMs. Okay, Gemini is there, then DeepSeek is there. Some issue with my G account. Okay, then another one is Borg. Grok is a wonderful one because especially for the academics and all, you will get the precise information from Grok. Grok is actually by X, so it is a very wonderful GPT. You are getting very good information in Grok, many times better than GPT and Gemini. And Claude is also the Claude is by Anthropic. So what we have done is we have pasted the same thing. Okay, the same thing in different platforms. So here you can see that the detailed thing. Claude is a wonderful thing. If you are not familiar with Claude, just try Claude. You will get better things in Claude and Grok. So in Grok, you got these much things, very organized one. In Gemini also, you are getting the things. It is also good. So you can take the information from all these things and you can combine. You can combine in a way exactly what you want. Okay, and it can be used for the assessments and feedback with AI because as I have already mentioned, the automated rubric based grading, then instant feedback from students. So we have already seen the quiz and the quiz platform and all, right? So in quiz platform, whenever the students uh, mark their answers, you'll get the instant information. No need to correct the quiz, no need to write the papers. Okay, so those things can be avoided. And from the data you have, especially you have the marks and all. So from the data you have, you using the data science, you can clearly analyze the skill gap. Okay, so if you can analyze or if you can identify the skill gap, then you can easily interfere that and you can bridge that gap. So if you have an LMS, that means learning management system, then you will get all information in that learning management system. So just take all the data that is available in LMS. Otherwise, if you have the Google Sheets and all, just give all the data in Power BI or any other thing. Then you will get the analysis. Okay. So by analyzing all these things using a dashboard, a beautiful dashboard, you can easily identify the skill. So if we can successfully identify the skill, then the bridging will be very easy. Otherwise, you are what exactly you are not exactly. Most of the teachers are doing is you are beat around the bush, right? Instead of beat around the bush, just concentrate on the area where exactly you want to interest. So identify that particular area, then interfere it, then get the results. Okay. So to identify that area, this skill gap analysis very important. Then I know most of you are doing research and all. So the plagiarism detection. Initially, we have lot of platform for the plagiarism detection, and all the things are now AI powered. And the checking, if we automate the exams and all, then you can save hours for the manual correction. And another most important use case is basically the student support. Actually, you can create an AI tutor or AI virtual assistant. Okay. Now you can see AI avatars are on the scene. So using AI avatars, basically you can create a clone of you. That means it won't replace you, but that clone will help you to save your time, as well as it will help the students to improve themselves. Because uh, instead of asking, so your availability may be limited. Sometimes a student may have to clarify their doubt, on night. Okay. So if a 24/7 assistance is there, or a clone is there, he or she can directly approach that clone and he can clarify his doubts. Okay. So oh, that is going to happen. So some schools are already implementing this, or some colleges are already implementing this. So suppose you are creating a clone or avatar of you. So what you have to do? You have to feed all the data you have. That means the textbook, the notebook, and any other supplements. So everything you have, just give it to the avatar, or in the back end of the avatar we may have an LLM, or we may have an up AI system. So that AI system or the generative AI system will take the necessary information from the source data that you have given. So we are limiting the knowledge to that particular area only, or that particular subject only. So from the data, it will take necessary information and it will give that necessary information to the students in a very presentable manner. Okay. So that is one thing. And the schools can create their own chatbots. So there also the domain is limited. So we can give all the subjects. We can give all the subjects they are studying to the chatbot as a source data. So when they are asking it to that particular chatbot, the LLMs or the generative AI take information from this textbook only. Okay. Or the data we have provided only, then it will give the information to the students. And another important thing is the personalized learning path. A lot of courses are available online. Students can opt uh, those courses, and they can grow themselves using the AI tools. And another very interesting thing is it can be used for special education and inclusive support. Okay, so suppose you have prepared some notes and all, and you want to convert it into speech. The tools are available. Okay, just give it to that tool. Suppose uh, a blind student is there, he can hear all the information he wants. Suppose you may have slides, just give that slide to that particular tool, he will get the speech. Okay, so we can support the students with cognitive needs or special attention. So the inclusive education system will improve with the evolution of AI, and students can use these tools independently without the help of teacher. So it will actually increase their independence. And using using the data analytics, we can do a lot of things like attendance analytics, automated report generation, then timetable optimization. There is a wonderful tool called AICTE timetable. You may have using this. So all these things can be done. So a lot of use cases are there in the school to handle or solve. So you can take any of these use cases and you can start implementing AI. And the communication automation, then instead of writing, instead of circulating, instead of providing circulars, announcements, emails, and reminders, you can automate all these things. Okay, so and for that, instead of writing by yourself, you can create the content for the same, or you can generate the content for the same using any of these tools. So that will also help you to improve or reduce your effort. And of course, it will, all these things will help you to reduce the administrative burden. So how data science enhances AI in education? So as I have already mentioned, it will help you to predict the risk at risk students. So as I have initially I have mentioned that there may be a 20% of students, they need special attention. Okay, so if we can, using data analytics, you can clearly identify the students at risk. So you can easily identify it, give special attention, help them to grow, help them to improve. Then, of course, they will they will move to the academic success. And using this data analytics, so you may have a lot of topics. You may have the continuous assessment. Suppose majority of the students are struggling with a particular topic, or they are not performing in a particular topic. That means that topic needs special attention, okay, or revision. So that data, that can be suggested by a data analytics system. Okay, so in that case, take that particular topic, give revisions. Of course, the students will pick it. Okay, and it will help you help. It will finally help us to achieve the object-based education. And of course, it will help you to improve curriculum through data insights, because we have a lot of data, we have a lot of insights. So based on the insights, we are taking the decision. Previously, it was based on our guess, our views, our emotions, etc. Now it is based on the data. So it will of course help us to improve our curriculum, and it will eventually makes AI personalization. So in a wider angle, in a wider scenario, we can recommend tailored learning paths for each and every student, because I start with the statement I started with the statement, each students are unique. So for unique students, we can give unique paths. Okay, and they can adapt according to their pace, and eventually it will help them to improve. And while implementing all these things, one of the most important thing is you should be responsible and ethical in AI use. Okay, because data is actually we are handling with student data, right? Student data. So protecting their privacy, protecting protecting their right is very important. Okay, so do not disclose the personal information to anyone other than the assigned teacher or authorities. So make sure that the data won't be available to other students, because his personal data is his right. Okay, so his privacy is his right. So try to maintain the privacy and safety. And before implementing an AI system in your school or college, verify its accuracy. Just test it rigorously. Test. Then identify the bugs. Then fix it. Then again test. Then only you will get a bug-free system, okay, or maintainable system. And of course, avoid biases in the training data. So the training data and algorithms must be fair. So to create an AI system, you must have a training data, you must have a test data, and you have some validation data. So in this data, all kind of data must be there. Then only it will, if we take the training data of only good performing students, then it will be a bias system. It won't support a student who is not performing well. So make sure that our dataset contains all students data. Okay, and after all, AI is a standalone. AI is not a standalone thing. Human supervision or human intervention is essential before publishing anything. Before publishing any insights, make sure that it is accurate. Okay, it is accurate. It is clear. Okay, and it won't hurt anyone. Okay, so you must be responsible and maintain your ethical things while using AI. And I know you are using GPT, right? You are using GPT, but you have to use effective prompting to get the appropriate result. Okay, so if you prompt in any manner, you won't get the appropriate result. So there may be a lot of prompting techniques. Most of them won't be useful for you, but just understand that straight prompting is there. Then we will have different prompting techniques like chain of thought prompting, tree of thought prompting. Then lot of prompting techniques are there. So try to understand how uh, how we can give prompt in a standard way. Actually, uh, there is a website called promptingguide.ai. Just refer that one. Then try to understand how we can give standard prompts. So these are the tools that can be used for educators. I know you are using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Notion, Slides, then Gamma. Then for data analytics, you may have using the Google Classroom AI, right? Then the data analytics platform, Power BI, Tableau, and if you have a custom LMS dashboard, you can use that one also. And how schools can or colleges can adopt AI. That is another important thing. Don't jump. That is the first thing. Don't the jump into all use case. Just identify a pilot use case. Okay, begin with very small, one or two practical applications that can give you a value addition. Okay, that can give you a value addition. Then just try to build that particular use case. Then teach, empower the teachers with AI literacy. There may be some teachers who is not willing to adapt these changes. Okay, so just talk with them, understand them that this is necessary, this is the a new era. Then just give them AI literacy. Then As I mentioned, build, test everything, then integrate it with your LMS system if you have. Otherwise, just give it as a standalone thing. Then after implementing it is you should analyze it and you should scale it. Okay. And to implement these things, the educators require the prompt engineering thing, basic data analysis thing. Prompt engineering can be understand from, as I have already mentioned, prompt engineering gate.ai is a beautiful website. You can refer that one. Then you have to use basic data analysis things. That means you may have a basic Python skill also. That would be helpful, because you have to use the NLTK, or sorry, you have to use scikit-learn for data analytics. Then for visualization, you have to use Power BI and Tableau. Then understand that AI limitations also. AI can't do AI can't do anything. It has some limitations. Okay, so understand the limitation, understand its biases, then just create, as I mentioned, just create a dashboard analytics using any of the dashboard tools available. And the impacts, that is personalized learning, smarter classrooms, teacher can focus more on students, and data driven decision making. All these things I have already mentioned. And finally, we will get more empowered learners. So the simple thing teachers can use very quickly, and that means, as I have already shown, they can create AI generated lesson plans, the customized worksheets. Then using Gamma, they can create the visualization. Then the dashboard can be very easily creatable using the Power BI or something. So, as I'm concluding this session, so some key takeaways are that don't worry, AI won't replace you. Okay, so educators will be there, but you can use AI as a colleague, okay, or a supporter for you. So AI and data science will help you to create a very smart. You will be a very smart teacher if you are using AI, and your outcome will be also better. Okay. So if you are very much aware about AI and you are empowering with AI, then of course we will have the empowered students. Okay, so we will have more improved students we have. So before concluding, just try one AI tool, automated. Try to automate any one task that I have mentioned, that is available to your school or college. Then analyze what data. Suppose you have an attendance data, just analyze it. Then just share that story to your colleagues. Okay, so that will encourage your colleagues to adopt AI in a better way. So just try any AI tool, then automate any of the tasks. Take a very simple use case, then automate it, then analyze the data inside. So finally, the most importantly, I have to say, transform your practice. Okay, if you are still using the traditional practices, just transform it using AI. That will be very helpful for you. So I am concluding the session. Thank you very much for your patience. And I know I'm not. I was not mentioning any deep technical details because I'm not that much aware about the audience. Okay, so if you're technical people, it would be it was a boring session for you. Okay, so thank you. So if you have any queries, we can discuss that.
Thank you, sir. It was a very informative session. Now the participants can ask doubts. If anyone have doubt, please switch on your mic and ask.
Or you can just type it in the chat box. I will reply. So if you don't have any further questions, I think we can wind up, right?
Thank you, sir.
If there is no more doubts, I welcome Mr. Akhil, Assistant Professor, Chemistry Department, Majlis Arts and Science College, Pramanur, for the rapporteur duty. Akhil sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, very good evening to everyone. I'm very happy to present a report on today's session titled Empowering Educators with Generative AI and Data Science. The resource person, Mr. Mohammad Aniswi, introduced generative AI as a tool that can create content such as text, images, diagrams, assessments, and even simulations. He explained how AI worked through pattern learning, content generation, and contextual adaptation powered by the transformer architecture. The session highlighted how AI can help teachers by automating lesson plans, generating worksheets and question banks, personalizing learning content, assisting with grading, and acting as a virtual tutor for students. And practical tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Canva, they were explained. We also learned the basics of data science, including data collection, cleaning, analysis, visualization, and prediction, and how it supports teachers in identifying learning patterns, supporting at risk students, and making evidence-based decisions. A real classroom application was shared, such as AI-generated quizzes, bilingual content, research support, chatbots, attendance analytics, and timetable optimization, showing how AI reduces the workload and enhances teaching quality. The speaker also emphasized ethical and responsible use of AI, including privacy, accuracy, avoiding bias, and keeping human oversight. The session was concluded with a clear message that AI enhances educators rather than replacing them. And adopting these tools can lead to more personalized learning, smarter classroom, and empowered students. And thank you to our resource person, Mr. Mohammad Anis, and the organizing team for this insightful session. Thank you. Thank you all.
Now I invite Ms. Shamima Muhammad, Assistant Professor, Computer Science Department, Majlis Arts and Science College, Pramanur, for delivering vote of thanks. Shamima ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Here we are at the end of the 8th session of the 6-day FDP program. On behalf of organizing committee, it's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for today's enriching session, empowering educators with generative AI and data science. First and foremost, I extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Mohammad Anis V, Director of AI Vision Zero Strategic Solutions Private Limited, for delivering such a thought-provoking and insightful presentation. Your expertise and clear explanations have truly broadened our understanding, and we deeply appreciate the time and effort you devoted to this session. I extend warm thanks to Mr. Rafiq, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Majlis Arts and Science College, for setting the tone of the program with a gracious and engaging welcome speech. A special appreciation goes to Rapporteur Mr. Akhil K., Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Majlis Arts and Science College, for carefully documenting the key points and takeaways from the session. Heartful thanks to the organizing committee and technical team for their behind-the-scene efforts in making this event run smoothly. Finally, a big thanks to all the participants for your active involvement. Once again, thank you all. Good night.